Kindly join me in welcoming Honorable Justice Pratibha M. Singh ji. We also have with us Secretary DPIIT, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia sir, and Ms. Himani Pandey ma'am, Additional Secretary DPIIT. I request everyone to kindly be seated. Good evening, everyone. I heartily welcome you all to National Intellectual Property Awards 2024. Before we commence with the event, I warmly invite Honorable Justice Pratibha M. Singh ji, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia sir, Secretary DPIIT, Ms. Himani Pandey ma'am, Additional Secretary DPIIT, and Professor Dr. Unnat P. Pandit sir, Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks, Registrar of Copyrights and Geographical Indications, to kindly grace the dais. भारत कोई भूमि का टुकड़ा नहीं, यह जीता जागता राष्ट्र पुरुष है। ये वंदन की धरती है, ये अभिनंदन की भूमि है, ये अर्पण की भूमि है, ये तर्पण की भूमि है। इसकी नदी नदी हमारे लिए गंगा है, इसका कंकड़ कंकड़ हमारे लिए शंकर है। अटल जी की इन पंक्तियों के साथ मैं हिमाद्री पंड्या यहाँ राजसी भारत मंडपम में राष्ट्रीय बौद्धिक संपदा पुरस्कार 2024 के लिए आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत करती हूँ। To commence with the evening, I request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly proceed for the lighting of the lamp. Pandit sir to kindly welcome our esteemed guests for the evening. I request sir to kindly felicitate Honorable Justice Pratibha M. Singh ma'am. I request Professor Dr. Unnat P. Pandit sir to kindly welcome Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia sir, Secretary DPIIT. I also request Professor Dr. Unnat P. Pandit sir to kindly welcome Himani Pandey ma'am, Additional Secretary DPIIT. Thank you, sir. To celebrate the rich culture and cultural heritage of India's GI journey, we share with you a short preview of the film Roots, Tracing Origins, anchored by the acclaimed filmmaker Shri Shekhar Kapoor. I request the media team to kindly play the short preview of Roots, Tracing Origins.
कभी कभी कहानी दूसरों की लिखी हुई किताबों से मिल जाती है, लेकिन कभी कभी खुद भी लिखनी पड़ती है, अपने ही एक्सपीरियंस से, अपने ही इमेजिनेशन से, अपने ही मेमोरी से। ऐसा क्यों नहीं हो सकता कि हमारे कैरेक्टर्स मेरे सामने ही आ जाएं?
सर आप शेखर कपूर है ना, मिस्टर इंडिया बैंडिट क्वीन एलिजाबेथ वाले? आई एम शिवाय फ्रॉम कानपुर।
हाय मिताली।
हाय शेखर।
आपको बहुत मालूम है ना क्रोशे मार्केट के बारे में?
जस्टिस सर बिल्कुल।
तो व्हाई डोंट यू टेक मिताली, शी इज माय गॉड डॉटर, अभी अभी अमेरिका से आई है।
आई विल टेक केयर ऑफ। चले।
इन दोनों ने सारी दुनिया इंटरनेट के जरिए देखी है, और जो इंटरनेट के जरिए देखे उनको लगता है असली दुनिया यही है, लेकिन इंटरनेट के बाहर जाकर आप असली दुनिया देखें और उन जगहों में जाएं तो आपको वहां हजारों साल का कल्चर महसूस होगा।
Madam, you have a great taste. This is a geographical indication tag. This is a classical design. You know, all the classy ladies of 19th century used to have crochet curtains, crochet bed sheets, crochet tablecloth. It was like a royal thing.
Oh, thank you. You know, I love honey. And I love honeybees. For some reason, they keep taking me closer to nature. You know, they're bees, and they're for pollination. And because there's pollination, there's fruit. Everything is just interconnected.
By the way, तुम्हारा क्या प्लान है?
पता है मैंने एक मैगजीन में पढ़ा था एक कैफे के बारे में. And you know what's special about that? वहां पर मौजूद हर एक प्रोडक्ट खरीदा जा सकता है. मतलब फास्ट सर्व होने वाली कॉफी से लेके वो कॉफी मग, एक सामान आप खरीद सकते हो.
Why don't you just use this concept and open your own cafe?
My own cafe? मैंने कभी ऐसे सोचा नहीं है.
Well, it's never too late.
Shiva, I was constantly excited, innovative. नए ideas रोज सुनाता था मुझे. And Mithali in the search for a mother in a way.
तो तुम ये कह रही हो कि ये साड़ियाँ और ये क्रोशे तुम्हें तुम्हारे पास से कनेक्ट करता है, और अपने रूट से जुड़ने के लिए तुम अपनी कंपनी से ब्रेक लेकर स्पेशल यहाँ इंडिया आई हो.
इन साड़ीज को मेरी नानी ने भी पहना था, मेरी माँ ने भी पहना है, and that is why I want them brought back to life. But ये बताओ कि ये GI टैग प्रोडक्ट्स है क्या?
अरे ओरिजिनलिटी और प्योरिटी की पहचान है GI टैग. GI टैग मतलब ज्योग्राफिकल इंडिकेशन. ये एक लेबल है जो उन चुनिंदा प्रोडक्ट्स को मिलता है जो पर्टिकुलर रीजन से आते हैं, और वही तो उसकी खासियत होती है. और ये सारे प्रोडक्ट्स अपने एरिया की वजह से यूनिक होता है. वहाँ का लोकल क्लाइमेट, टेम्परेचर, मिट्टी, लोकल स्किल सेट, और यही तो है फैक्टर्स जो उन्हें प्योर और ओरिजिनल बनाता है. हाँ मिताली, तुम्हें बताता हूँ कन्नौज में पिछले 400 सालों से अत्तर कैसे बनाया जा रहा है, और यहाँ की कारीगर आज भी एक पुरानी टेक्निक बेक भपका मतलब ट्रेडिशनल डिस्टिलेशन का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. एंड इसको अगर नए तरीके से इनोवेटिवली प्रमोट किया जाए ना, तो पूरी दुनिया भर के लोग इस खुशबू के पीछे इंडिया पीछे आएंगे।
ये दोनों कन्नौज से वापस लौटे तो इनकी आंखों में एक अजीब सी चमक थी और उस सब में एक नई खड़ी पायल ने जोड़ दी।
पता है बचपन में ना मम्मा मुझे पायल पहना देती थी, नॉट बिकॉज मुझे शौक था,
फिर क्यों?
ताकि मेरे पायल की आवाज से मम्मा को ये पता चल जाए कि मैं घर के किस कॉर्नर में हूँ।
So, are you both ready for this? ये हमने कन्नौज में देखा था और इस खोपड़ी के कारीगर को देखिए सर, फिर देखिए इस रामबन हनी की बोतल को, ये कांचीवरम के डिजाइन्स देखिए। अगर हम ये सारे प्रोडक्ट्स एक ही छत के नीचे ले आए तो
Like if we get all the GI tagged art under one umbrella, then लोग इसे एक साथ देख सकते हैं।
बट शुरुआत हम फिरोजाबाद से करेंगे। बचपन से ही मेरे डैड मुझे वहां लेकर जाते थे और मैं बड़ा फैसिनेटेड रहता था। चूड़ियों से लेकर शैंडलियर्स, कांच के लैम्प शेड्स, कैंडल स्टैंड्स और कांच की ये सारी चीजें वहीं पे बनती है।
कितनी प्यारी और यूनिक है इन दोनों की कहानियां। इनके रास्ते अलग अलग लेकिन इनकी खोज एक, द सर्च फॉर देयर ओन आइडेंटिटी कि मैं हूं कौन। और वो उनको तब मिली जब वो अपनी मिट्टी से जुड़े और वहां के प्रोडक्ट्स देखे। आप भी अपनी मिट्टी से जुड़िए, मेहनत कीजिए, इनोवेट कीजिए और भारत का नाम दुनिया में और रोशन कीजिए।
What a beautiful display of the rich heritage signifying India's GI journey. Indeed, an invaluable treasure of our incredible India. Uncover the artistry, tradition, and untold stories on roots, tracing origins, only on National Geographic TV channel and official YouTube channel. I request Secretary DPIIT, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia ji, to share the inaugural address with us.
Hello. Yeah, can IP officers take a seats this side? There are so many seats which is available so that we can augment the entire participation. And here also so many IP officers are behind this pillar and the banner. Being academician, I can find where the people are. Please take a seat. This side also we can vacant and there are seats here. Please occupy. Yeah. Come this side also.
Honorable Justice Pratibha Singh, my dear colleague Himani, Additional Secretary in the department, CGP DTM Dr. Unnat Pandit, and all the august invitees to this function, quite a lot of patent holders, awardees, and persons from the IP ecosystem. It's indeed a pleasure to be here for this annual National IP Awards ceremony today. As all of you know, these IP awards are also conferred along with the WIPO awards that we have. We have around 13 categories. 5 of them, I'm told, are WIPO awards. So all of these 13 categories, we are giving awards today, broadly categorized into individuals, companies, including startups and MSMEs, and research and development institutions, and which include your incubators also. Our country needs innovation, needs more discoveries. And we in the government have been pushing through various manners to increase innovation, increase entrepreneurship, increase industry academia link, increase more research, encourage research and discovery of new products, research into new things, and it's a very encouraging thing to see that there is progress happening, and there are larger number of patents coming out, there are more design applications coming in, there are more trademarks which are getting registered. In fact, we are now one of the top 6 nations in the world as far as patent filings is concerned. 3rd big as far as trademark filing is concerned. We have a long way to go. There's a big gap between the top and us. The world is still dominated by the developed world, by China, which has made a huge progress. We need to do a lot of work to catch up, and there's a lot of potential. Our youth, there's a lot of potential, and in order to do that, we have been encouraging the entrepreneurs. We have put in place, we have brought in a lot of reforms in the IP ecosystem, in the IP framework. We have had the national national IP policy of 2016, under which we have taken various steps. We've also brought in decriminalization through the Jan Vishwas Act. Under the IP policy and through the various actions taken under the policy, which included amendments of the IP framework acts, we have focused on 3-4 things. Number 1 is the quality of decision making. Number 2 is the time which we take for granting of patents, in granting of design certification, and granting of trademarks. Number 3 is the quantities, of course. We've encouraged, put in place various promotional, taken various promotional steps. Of course, this thing involves going beyond the IP framework, so that greater number of IPs and designs are registered. Now, as far as time is concerned, we are at the moment at around 44 to 48 months. This is what my CGPT team tells me. 44 to 48 months is the time which it takes to grant a patent, and we need to bring it down to 30 to 36 months. In order to do this, we have, number 1, we have increased the number of examiners. We've increased the number of posts. There are 553 new examiners which have been recruited to streamline patent examination. We have 200 more posts for trademarks, copyright, and GI which have been approved. We hope this will increase the efficiency of examination and speed up the process of examination. We have also an electronic platform which we are overhauling also. We are increasing the electronic platform, improving the electronic platform. This will also speed up efficiencies, bring in efficiencies. This will also ensure that the process becomes more streamlined. And again, it should impact time taken. It should also impact the quality of decision making, because the decisions taken earlier, decisions taken across different officers will be available, should be available to everyone, so that there's a consistency in decision making. We also have the IP Mitra scheme, where who helps in filing of IP, who help the applicants in a number of ways. That is also helping in proper filing of applications. We've also introduced the AI-powered trademark search technology. The IP Sarthi chatbot also has been launched, which hopefully will be extending to the other sectors in the patent also. In some way, AI tools will introduce in also designs also, so that it again aids the examination process and also helps the applicant. I'm told there's some work which needs to be done in order for that to take off. So that CGPDTM will be doing. Now, these are some steps which have been taken towards improving the time taken, improving the quality of examination. We also have encouragement schemes like expedited scheme for startups, for women patent filers, so that they get faster patents. That also is quite, the patent filed, around 5,000 patents have been filed by women under that scheme, which is also quite encouraging. We also carry out an awareness campaign, which also has helped in increasing awareness of what patent is. In the enforcement drive also, as well as in ensuring that there's faster turnaround for decision making at our level, even at the High Court level. There are a number of steps which have been taken. IP division have been set up, which are IP units or division have also been set up in the courts, which are also very helpful. Now, with these steps, we have seen in the last 1 year, for example, we have cleared almost 1 lakh patents. There are 1 lakh patent applications which have been cleared by the IP office, which is very encouraging compared to the earlier years. There are around 20 to 30,000 patent applications were being cleared by the IP office, and we hope to continue maintaining this pace of clearance in the coming years. If not 1 lakh, maybe 70 to 80,000 patent applications are what we should be looking at clearing. Now, all these steps, we are hopeful, will feed into the greater innovation which is happening in the startup ecosystem, greater innovation which is happening through the R&D institutions we have. If one goes to to Bangalore, goes to an incubator, have that the buzz of activity which is there in some of the GCCs, the activity which is there which is resulting in generation of patents, new discoveries is extremely encouraging, and we are just at a, I feel, inflection point where in the coming couple of years we will shoot up tremendously in terms of the number of patent applications which are coming, in terms of the design applications which are coming, and we will become one of the top 3 nations in the world. In that spirit, in order to encourage all the patent holders, the design holders, the trademark holders, this awards, continuing with these awards, as more patents are filed, the competition is also going to go up. All of you who are there today are in a way lucky because you don't have that much competition, but in the coming year, the number of applicants are going to go up, and I'm very sure the competition is going to go up. So these awards are a way of encouraging more people to innovate, to file patents, and also create more awareness in that way. So I congratulate all of you who are winning awards today. Your achievements will help this entire innovation ecosystem to grow. In the academic and research institutions, we have institutions like IIT Kanpur, IIT Bombay, Anna University, Nalanda Institute of Technology, West Bengal State Council of Science and Technology. We have major industry players also, Tata Steel, Geo Platforms, Biocon Biologics, and we have individual investor awardees, and out of them, 2 of them are women. I'm very happy that we are having this function. I'm very happy we have all of you here, and I would like to state that DPE IIT is committed to take this forward and help in taking the IP ecosystem much further to ensure that the country has continues on the path of innovation-led growth and development, and helps us meet the target of becoming a developed nation, Viksit Bharat, by 2047. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your invaluable insights. I request Justice Pratibha M. Singh ma'am to kindly address the audience.
A very good evening to all of you who are assembled here for the IP Awards ceremony today. Mr. Bhatia, Ms. Himani Pandey, Dr. Unat Pandit, lawyers from the IP Bar, staff of the IP office, representatives from embassies and government, representatives from the industry, international organizations who are represented here, the IP fraternity. I see so many friends in the audience today, the award winners of the day, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I want to say that Dr. Unat Pandit always brings a surprise on me. He just came on Monday and said, ma'am, you have to come for the award ceremony. And I'm like, Unat, what awards is this? So I actually don't have a speech, which is very good because I didn't have the time to write anything. So what I thought I will speak to you all about today is about the journey of IP in India and how I see the next 20 years or 25 years as to how it can go forward. So I can speak from my personal experience, which starts from the early 90s. While attending hearings in the trademark office, I remember the time that the trademark office had an office in Okhla industrial area. All the files used to be physical files, and it was a very small office on the first floor in a very old building. And when we used to come there for hearings, I remember the hearing officer or the examiner will tell us, I was a very young lawyer at that time, and they would say, मैडम वहां देखो कॉरिडोर में आपका फाइल पड़ा होगा, ढूंढ के लेके आना आप। तो हम वो फाइल ढूंढ के लेके जाते थे अंदर। हियरिंग ऑफिसर कहते थे, यस मैडम, टेल अस नाउ ऑन सेक्शन 9, सेक्शन 11, व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से, एंड हम अपना सबमिशन कर देते थे। और फिर इफ दे काइंड ऑफ अग्रीड विद अस, दे वुड से ठीक है एडवर्टाइज कर देंगे। इफ दे फेल्ट कि नो देयर समथिंग, यू नो, सम डाउट, दे विल से मैडम बेस्ट करेंगे, एडवर्टाइज बिफोर एक्सेप्टेंस कर देंगे। हम कहते थे ओके, वेरी गुड, दैट इज अ वेरी गुड ऑर्डर। तो ABA लिख देते थे and we'd be very happy. We would come back, slowly report it to the client. And that's how life went on in the trademark office. And you know, a lot of times, जब तक trademark grant होता था, तब तक पहली renewal का fees भरना पड़ता था. So, along with the grant, we would actually take a form for renewal of the trademark with the fee. डिमांड ड्राफ्ट तभी जमा करके रेन्यू भी करवाते थे हम मार्क, क्योंकि फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ एप्लीकेशन द इनिशियल पीरियड ऑफ 7 or 10 years would have got over by the time the grant happens. And from this journey, patents में तो it was a completely different story altogether. 80% जो patents होती थी, 80 to 90%, they were applied for by foreigners. Only 10 to 15% was by the Indian innovators. And copyright mein, we used to have a copyright office. Mr. Raghavendra used to be there near the Curzon Road Barracks office. That's where we would go sometimes and get our copyrights registered. And this journey went on for almost 10 to 15 years. It all changed with the TRIPS agreement. कोर्ट में भी जब हम जाते थे, it used to be mostly big MNC versus a small Daryaganj defendant or a small Chandni Chowk defendant or a Nehru Place defendant. And after the 4-5 hearings, the suit would be decreed, Order 23, Rule 3 file kar dete the, it used to be over. 99% of cases were trademarks, and one suit in a year used to be a patent suit in the court at that time. So what happened was the TRIPS agreement. TRIPS agreement के बाद we started having mailbox patent applications, and the whole litigation and the registration landscape started changing slowly. And sometime by 2002, 2005, it had become a really, vibrant statutory change. Trademark Act 99 plus 2003 IPAB being set up, with the Patent Acts being amended. So the whole change happened sometime in the early 2000s. And we saw amazing amount of case law coming from the courts. India is one of the first countries to recognize well-known marks. Even to today, if you go to England, an Indian mark which is not used in England cannot be registered. Whereas the opposite is true for a British company in India. Same thing applies in America. In my practice days, so many Indian trademarks, we used to struggle to get them registered in foreign countries. And that remains the position even today. We are one of the first countries to recognize well-known foreign trademarks, to register them in India. We recognize trans-border reputation as a use. Internet ke saath, we recognize use on the internet as usage in our law. All this changed the law of trademarks in India. And I must say, today, India is a proud leader of protecting almost all the best well-known brands from India and from the world. This we cannot say about other countries where they insist on use being shown in a major way. Commercial use has to be shown. Even internet presence is not enough in those countries. We also started giving extremely vibrant orders protecting trademark owners, patent owners, ex parte injunctions, ad interim injunctions, local commissioners used to be appointed. And so over the years, the Indian brands also started growing big time in the Indian courts. Many, many Indian brands have been protected in India, and they all file suits day in and day out now to protect. Earlier it used to be big MNC was a small Indian defendant. Now it is 80% of the IP litigation in India relates to Indian IP owners, which is such a proud thing for people in the IP fraternity. The next changing moment came in 2014 when the IP think tank was constituted. That was when I had the opportunity to work under the chairmanship of Justice Prabha Sridevan. Dr. Unnath Pandit was part of the think tank when we drafted the first national IPR policy. And that policy, fortunately, was not a paper policy. That policy is being implemented to the T. We've seen so many amendments come out of that policy. We've seen so many encouraging measures. The Secretary, Mr. Bhatia, just spoke about expedited examinations, discounted fee for startups and women inventors. These are all measures which came out of the IPR policy. A number of reforms have been made. The Startup India reform, the encouragement for MSMEs, all of this was written in the IPR policy, and that policy is still today kind of holding the field. One can refer back and see all the recommendations made in the said policy. There has been a huge growth in litigation in the field of patents, whether it is in the pharmaceutical sphere, whether it is in the electronic sphere. You cannot imagine that earlier in the 90s and in the early 2000s, there used to be one patent suit in 1 year in the High Court of Delhi. Now there are between 100 to 150 patent suits every year, which is such a big growth. And I can tell you one thing, one patent suit is equal to 50 trademark suits. Because trademark suits or copyright suits, when they are filed, they are pretty straightforward for judges to decide. Whereas patent suits involve a lot of technicality, they involve a lot of technical expertise that is required, and the stakes in patent suits are higher. Nowadays in Indian patent suits, some of the biggest awards on damages have been passed. $250 million, $300 million, 150 crores, 200 crores. In so many patent suits you see damages being awarded, which was never the way earlier. In the last 5 years, patent litigation has become extremely robust while we maintain the entire concept of access to patents and patented medicines. The Novartis judgment was a game changer in 2013. India became a world leader in pharmaceutical patent cases, and in the COVID, we got a lot of criticism for the Novartis judgment because of the Section 3D provision. But I'll tell you one thing, that in the COVID regime, when the pandemic hit, the whole world agreed with Novartis, agreed with 3D. They all said evergreening is not good. And therefore, India has been proved right on pharmaceutical. Two of the latest and the most important developments which have taken place in the last 1 week. One was a judgment recently on a rare disease called SMA, where the court has refused an injunction on the ground of public interest. The other is an AI-developed drug for DMD, which has now been licensed from a startup to another corporate entity. So this is a very, very latest development, which is showing that on the one hand, we are promoting access, on the other hand, we are also promoting innovation. And the other thing that happened in 2021 was the setting up of the IP divisions in the high courts. So the IPAB, which had some very good spells of adjudication, unfortunately did not make the mark that India was hoping it would. And so the IPAB got abolished in 21, and the IP divisions have been set up. The Delhi High Court took the lead. Now there is a IP division in Calcutta High Court, in Madras High Court, and of course in the Himachal Pradesh High Court as well. So you will see a large number of IP litigations now in these IP divisions, and it is a one-stop shop. All IP cases are adjudicated in the IP division, and the Commercial Courts Act of 2015 has made IP litigation very short span. Most IP litigations now are decided within 2 to 3 years. Just the way the time span for grant of trademarks and grant of patents has increased, And I must say that the increase of Indian innovators getting patents, that is, it's almost 50-50 I'm told now, which is a very, very big achievement for India. And I think if we go like this, for me the dream come true will be when it becomes 80-20. The initial 80-20 MNC versus Indian should now shift to Indian versus MNC. 80% of patents should be from Indian inventors and 20% from the foreign inventors. That will be the big day when I think the patent office would have really achieved such a big achievement. So what are the challenges as we go forward? One of the biggest challenges I see is the internet. For IP owners, internet is proving to be one of the biggest challenges. Jurisdiction-wise, how do we achieve and enforce orders from India in foreign countries? How do we take care of AI-related inventions? Is there a need to change the Patent Act? Do we need a separate regime for AI-based innovations? Should we make a separate law? Should we modify the existing act? Should we grant AI innovations patents or should we not grant? This is going to be one of the biggest debates, and therefore I think the time has come for having the second National IPR Policy 2.0, and for the government to take a step and to constitute maybe another think tank or a group which can now think up in new technologies whether we need to change the law. In some areas where the law needs to be relooked is maybe section 3K, where we are, not protecting software and business methods and algorithms, etc. Do we need to kind of make it more refined? Do we need to change method-related patents? Do we need to look at other provisions like in the Copyright Act to protect internet piracy? How do we protect Indian music, Indian films? The biggest victims of creative industry copyright violation is India, because we have the biggest creative industry and the largest quantum of copyrighted works which are created every year. You can imagine regional languages, all that, सब मिला के music, films. हमारा जो music और films है, दुनिया में सब जगह piracy होता है. How do we stop that? India is a victim of copyright piracy. We need to see how we need to change the law, how we need to negotiate when we talk at an international level. How do we reform the copyright societies which are...
Sorry, Justice, I was in Parliament.
How do we reform copyright societies to ensure that our lyricists, our authors, our composers do not struggle from financial problems? Because there is a huge fund, including in the US and in EU, which has been collected on a reciprocal basis, but that money is not coming into India. So something has to be done about the copyright societies. We need to look at all of these issues, and the time maybe has arrived to look at India for the next 25 years in IP by looking at reforms in the law and looking at some areas of technology and whether we need to grant patents in those technologies. How do we ensure that the copyright industry is more streamlined? For example, I'll tell you a very small illustration. This was from my practice days. There was a very big cola company which was my client, and they wanted to use a song in one of their advertisements. So when they came to me, they said, we want to pay for the song, but we don't know whom to pay to. And then finally, since they couldn't find anyone to whom they paid, they didn't use that song only. So the licensing mechanism for copyrighted works needs to be considerably streamlined. A huge revenue model exists over there. Maybe we could use blockchain technology to get those licensing agreements and all in place and put it under the CGPTDM's office itself for some time. And the last thing I want to say is, insofar as pending oppositions in the trademark office are concerned, I think the time has come to use mediation in a very big way. Most of the trademark oppositions can be disposed of. People will be willing to sit across the table and close the old oppositions which are pending. So alternate dispute resolution should be looked at even in the IPR office is what I feel. I really think that the country is on the right track. We were earlier a goods train, we are now a Shatabdi, we just need to go into a bullet train in the next 20 years. And we are on the right track. I don't think anything can stop India from becoming the world leader on IP. Heartiest congratulations to all the award winners.
Thank you, ma'am. Kindly join me in welcoming the Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister, Shri Piyush Goyal ji.
घर के अंदर आई एम अ पर्सन फ्रॉम द मिनिस्ट्री, मेरा क्या सत्कार करोगे अमेंडमेंट? ऐसे प्रथाओं को थोड़ा बदलना भी पड़ेगा मुझे लगता है कभी ना कभी. Justice Pratibha Singh, the very erudite and experienced judge of the Honorable Judge of the High Court of Delhi, and someone we have, and me personally, has always looked up to for guidance and support as we navigate this labyrinth of IP laws, the international suggestions, how to make it easier, smoother, higher degree of integrity in our IP systems, and who has always been very, very forthcoming and supportive of our efforts. Really grateful, madam, that you could spare time and be with us today for this IP Awards. Secretary Shri Amardeep Bhatia ji, Additional Secretary Srimati Hemani Pandey ji, the Chief of the CGPDTM Office, Shri Dr. Unnat Pandit ji, and all the distinguished friends gathered here, all the award winners, jury members, colleagues from the ministry, and friends who are sincerely helping us take the IP ecosystem to greater heights. Thank you very much for being here with us at these awards, which is something like a sangam of tradition and technology. Because when I saw the list of awards that are being given, I found a good mix of some of the traditional products and a lot of products related to innovation and new age technologies. My heartiest congratulations to all the award winners who are championing different subjects: oral healthcare, healthcare for supporting oral cancer, sustainability through water conservation, our MSMEs working in this sector, agri-tech innovators from rural India. A very nice wide mix of awardees selected by us through a stringent process. Thank you very much, Unnat ji, for today's initiative. And I'm sure this will go a long way, not only in encouraging the winners of the award, but also giving a message to the others that they'll have to put in a little more effort so that they can become the winners of tomorrow. Ultimately, friends, it's a very thin line between the winners and those who were nominated but could not make it this time. It's something like the second rank holder, and I'm an expert at that. Always been a second rank holder. So I understand how it is and what the feeling is, the 2 marks or 3 marks or 4 marks by which you lose the first rank. But one should never give up, because sometimes being the first rank holder only makes you a professor in a university or a government servant. You may rather be a little bit of a loser on the top echelons, but more successful in another venture or another area of your own life. Friends, we met last, some of you, and I remember the 125 friends I met who had been a part of the IP ecosystem and startup founders on Republic Day, 26th of January, a couple of months ago. Today is also the 26th. exactly a couple of months ago. And it was truly remarkable. There were potters turned entrepreneurs who were in the room over there. There were robotic equipment manufacturers and people who had created truly innovative and modern equipment, modern ideas, found solutions towards ease of doing business. It was really an excellent interaction I had with each of those storytellers, each of the participants, because all of them were achievers. All of them had contributed to a better India tomorrow. And I'm glad that today also we have a wonderful set of participants from the intellectual property ecosystem. In fact, I'd like to recognize the presence of Shri Anup Jalota ji, who's also joined us today. इस कमरे में शायद ही कोई होगा जिसने अनूप जी के भजन नहीं सुने होंगे. I am a big fan of his, I can tell you that. And we are truly privileged and honored to have you with us here today. आज भी मेरे घर पे सुबह सुबह जब उठते हैं और when we are sitting down to say a prayer, जब आपके भजन गूंजते हैं, of course Alexa is the only option जिसके through आजकल आसानी से हम सुन सकते हैं, but आपका एक एक भजन सुन के जो आनंद आता है, खासतौर पर कृष्ण भगवान के ऊपर और मीरा के ऊपर, it's truly a delight, and I think we are all blessed that you are taking this through generations, and अगली पीढ़ी भी इनको सुन के प्रोत्साहित होती है. Friends, just like he's taking heritage, he's bringing our mythology, our history to the next generation. I think we all have to recognize that innovation was always in our DNA. I mean, we are very proud that zero emanated from India. Ajkal, chess has become another thing that's being recognized, that it started from India through the Chaturanga works. Of course, chess के कई किस्से बहुत घातक भी हैं. महाभारत में कई सारे डाइस, गेम्स ऑफ डाइस का जो वर्णन होता है, उस टाइप की चीज़ों ने हमें तकलीफ भी दी है इस देश को. लेकिन I think innovation is going to decide and determine India's fate as we work towards a Viksit Bharat. No country in the world today can claim to be a developed nation without having truly focused on R&D, on new ideas, on innovative products, goods and services. And nations which have focused on innovation, who have been driven by the urge, the spirit of inquiry, are the nations who are today in the Committee of Nations recognized as developed nations. And I think in our Amrit Kal, as we are working to make India a more resilient economy, as we are working with high ambition and the collective commitment of 1.4 billion Indians, 140 करोड़ लोगों ने जो प्रण लिया है भारत को विकसित बनाने का, उसमें अनुसंधान का एक बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहने वाला है. और and I compliment all those who are coming up with new ideas, new ways of working, who are focusing their energies towards innovation also with sustainability at the core of our effort to make the world a better place to live in. I think India is moving towards becoming a powerhouse of new technologies, new ideas. We have also allocated significant resources to the Anusandhan NRF. Government will also be participating through money and effort, along with the private sector and the academia, to collectively generate enthusiasm for science, for technology innovations, and I'm sure we have in this room some of the stakeholders who will also benefit from the Anusandhan NRF in the days to come. There have been significant improvements in the working of the CGPTM office, even in our ranking of the Global Innovation Index. We have improved significantly from 81 in 2015 to 39 in the last ranking. Thank you very much, Unnat ji. Thank you very much, all of you who have been involved in this effort. Our trademark filings are the 6th largest in the world today. Our patent grants last year was about 100,000. This year may be slightly less because last year we were able to shed off a lot of the backlog. But as the people are getting confidence that patents are being sorted out and granted in a record time, I think the enthusiasm to file patents in India is also improving and increasing. I would urge you, Unnat ji, don't settle to be the second best. Can we think and imagine or reimagine your office and our entire ecosystem to be the world's best CGPTM office? So in each area, design, trademark, copyright, every area, see, benchmark yourself to the best in the world. Take Justice Singh's help to give us new ideas. For example, our small change in patents, that there will be only 2 adjournments. And we are also clearing out the frivolous objections at an early stage, have transformed the image of India in the world. Just a small amendment. Just a small amendment to your Form 27, working of a patent, Form 27. And you know what triggered it off? I asked a simple question. How many times have we referred to a Form 27 filed by anybody over I don't know how many decades? And guess what the answer was? Bharat ka apna shodh shunya. वो मनोज कुमार की पिक्चर में था ना वो गाना, भारत ने हाँ दिया है, 0 दिया है पूरे दुनिया. ये फॉर्म 27 का भी यही हाल था, 0 यूसेज थी, कभी किसने रेफर ही नहीं किया था फॉर्म 27. नाउ आई थिंक दे मेड इट अ 1-page फॉर्म. Is it a 1-page or simplified? I said 1 page, it should be maximum. And they have to file annually or once in 3 years? Once in 3 years. पहले क्या था? Annually था. So this is the kind of thinking that's going in. I think our women entrepreneurs, our MSMEs, our startups, also we have reduced the fees significantly. 80% reduction in fees for women entrepreneurs, startups, our micro and small units. So we are trying on our end to encourage the ecosystem to develop in India. I hope all of you will also cooperate, participate with the same enthusiasm. One request I've made on every time I've met all of you, one request I've made to the lawyers in the room, and I hope it will go to the lawyers outside the room also. We want to make this a completely honest and transparent and high integrity office. And we need your help in that. ताली 2 हाथ से बजती है. Am I right? अगर देने वाला नहीं होगा तो लेने वाले को कहां से मिलेगा? उन्नत जी भी इस पे बहुत काम कर रहे हैं, हमारा विभाग भी कर रहा है कि इसको हम पूरा डिजिटाइज करें. आई थिंक एंट्री भी बैन कर दी है ना सबकी. अब ये मोस्ट को 100% करना है. सब कुछ ऑनलाइन होना चाहिए. इवन द पेटेंट ऑब्जेक्शंस विल बी ऑनलाइन. सभी कुछ रिकॉर्ड होगा और किसी को अनुमति नहीं है बाहर मिलने की, कोई भी हमारे अफसर को. 400 नए लोगों को अभी भर्ती किया है, वो नए होंगे, उनको कृपया करके बिगाड़ना मत. और जिसको भी पुरानी आदतों की आदत पड़ी है वो थोड़े दुखी होंगे। पता नहीं, मुझे सबके चेहरे पे खुशी नहीं नजर आ रही है। तालियां छोड़ो यार, तालियों के हम भूखे नहीं, हमको कम से कम आपको खुश करना है। और अगर ईमानदार व्यवस्था होगी तो खुश होगे या दुखी होगे? 100%। डू आई हैव योर कमिटमेंट ऑन दैट? तो हमें उसकी तरफ काम करना है। और हो सकता है कोई एक आध गलती भी हो जाए हमसे, पर आप कंप्लेंट करिए, लेकिन किसी को बिगाड़िए मत सिस्टम में। आप कृपया करके कोऑपरेट करिए, कृपया करके इस ईमानदार व्यवस्था को पनपने दीजिए। और मेरी तो इच्छा है कि पूरा जो इकोसिस्टम है आईपी का, ये विश्व भर में लोगों ने बेंचमार्क करना चाहिए भारत के सिस्टम के ऊपर। दैट शुड बी आवर इंटेंशन। अभी जस्टिस सिंह बात कर रही थी स्लो ट्रेन से शताब्दी और शताब्दी से बुलेट ट्रेन के लिए। I really thank you for that encouragement, Justice. That is exactly the kind of encouragement that you have kept on giving us, and that has encouraged us to be bold, to be ambitious, to think big, and truly, this is an ecosystem that will serve the people of India, that will serve the innovators, the startups, the whole young blood which is full of enthusiasm, wants to do much more for the country. And we would love to work with all of you in that spirit. We'd love to have a state-of-the-art ecosystem. नया ऑफिस भी अगले महीने तैयार हो जाएगा। आईपी का नया ऑफिस द्वारका में बड़ा अच्छा ऑफिस बना है, आपकी लॉ यूनिवर्सिटी के बाजू में है, तो होपफुली कुछ प्रेरणा भी लेगा स्टूडेंट से और स्टूडेंट्स को भी कुछ प्रेरणा देगा। You should have an internship program for young law graduates so that उनको भी एक इस इकोसिस्टम के बारे में पता चले, उनको encouragement हो to come into the IP system। थोड़े और जजेस आईपी के बने, अभी तो बहुत कम है ना प्रतिभा जी, आईपी लॉयर्स जज बने हो ऐसे देश में कितने होंगे? 2। ये तो बहुत अच्छा नंबर नहीं है। We'd like to see some more lawyers from the IP ecosystem distinguish themselves so much that they are invited to the bar and to the judiciary. So we would love to see more youngsters take interest in the IP ecosystem. We'd love to have hopefully a bench on IP in every high court going forward so that litigation, if at all it has to reach that stage, can be disposed of fast. वैसे तो कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि litigation कम से कम हो और ईमानदार व्यवस्था होगी तो litigation भी कम होगा। तो आप सबसे अनुरोध है हमें support करें। Justice Singh was very rightly saying there are many modern technologies, whether it's artificial intelligence, whether it's machine learning, whether it's our trademark system can benefit a lot from using data analytics and AI to search and give a result faster. Trademark is still one area which takes pretty long. We need to compress that time. Copyrights also we need to compress any delays in implementing it. उसकी implementation का कुछ ecosystem के बारे में सोचिए, मैडम की भी कुछ guidance दीजिए. How we can get the enforcement of copyrights to be strengthened and made more seamless so that the copyright owners or the trademark owners can truly be protected from unscrupulous elements. So I think that would be an area where we need to do some more effort for better implementation of all the trademarks and copyrights and patents that you are issuing. I think the enforcement mechanism is still an area which needs to be strengthened a little more. Of course, our office cannot enforce. It will have to be through the states and through the administrations at every level. But let's see how we can work with the states to make that more robust, more effective. Friends, as I see the way forward, we'll have to build an ecosystem of innovation right from the schools and colleges. Prime Minister has introduced the Atal Tinkering Labs. Even in this budget, a large number of new tinkering labs have been announced right at the school stage. So I hope we can see much more enthusiasm towards innovation right from school-going children. Another thing that we would love to see more is the public-private academia partnership, also using the Anusandhan NRF funds. I remember in textiles, we had a small fund of 1,400 crores for research on technical textiles. And we were ready to fund as high as 90% of the cost of R&D. But we didn't find many takers. There was very little industry interest. I think we should encourage more and more industry to participate in R&D so that the nation's spend on R&D can increase. And we are recognized in the world as a nation of innovators. As a nation, we are already producing the world's highest number of STEM graduates. Today, more STEM graduates in India than anywhere in the world, every year. More importantly, since she is the only one who clapped, 43% of them are women. 43%. So I think it's an opportunity we should not let go. We should not allow all R&D to move out of the country, all our brains and our technical manpower to go out of the country. And therefore, industry will also have to be more forthcoming in encouraging innovation and inquiry and research. Another area where I will seek your help, particularly the lawyers and experts in the room, is skilling of our youth towards the IP ecosystem. More and more youngsters need to understand that there's potential in this area of work also. Maybe young lawyers who could be encouraged to come towards the IP practice. Our examiners need to be better skilled. We need to strengthen our ecosystem in tier 2, tier 3 cities. Not by physical presence of this office, because that can all move online, but by an awareness about IP protection. So these are areas where I hope you can all support us. But thank you very much for your participation today. As the Honorable Prime Minister said, and I'd like to quote Prime Minister Modi, the significance of science is not only in invention and development, but also in fulfilling the aspirations of the last person. And therefore, inclusive growth is our mantra, and that inclusive growth can only happen when science supports our effort to reach the benefits of growth and development to the last man at the bottom of the pyramid. गरीब से गरीब व्यक्ति के जीवन में जब हम बदलाव ला सके और उस बदलाव लाने के लिए हम अनुसंधान करें, हमारा रिसर्च, हमारी नई सोच, हमारा नए काम करने का ढंग जब गरीब से गरीब व्यक्ति के जीवन में बदलाव लाएगा, तभी जाके ये देश विकसित भी होगा और तभी जाके ये देश की विकास यात्रा 140 करोड़ लोगों तक पहुंच पाएगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji, for highlighting the key milestones of the Intellectual Property Office, sharing your valuable thoughts and aspirations for the office, and making India a truly Viksit Bharat. And now is the moment we all have been waiting for. Let's begin with the National Intellectual Property Awards 2024. The National Intellectual Property Awards are an annual recognition program that honor outstanding achievers in the field of intellectual property. These awards celebrate individuals, institutions, organizations, and enterprises for their significant contributions to strengthening the IP ecosystem in our country and fostering creativity and innovation. The primary objective of the National IP Awards is to recognize excellence in IP creation and encourage innovation across the nation. I request Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Shri Piyush Goyal ji, Honorable Justice Pratibha M. Singh ma'am, Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia ji, Secretary DPIIT, Ms. Himani Pandey ji, Additional Secretary DPIIT, to kindly present the National Intellectual Property Awards to the winners. We are proceeding with the awards. Kindly join me in welcoming the awardees with a warm round of applause. The first category for the day is the Indian Individual for Patents. Goes to Siddharamappa Shivshankar Dharani. The Indian Individual for Patents goes to Siddharamappa Shivshankar Dharani. The Indian Individual for Patents goes to Dr. Swagatika Panda. The Indian Individual for Patents National Intellectual Property Award goes to Dr. Swagatika Panda. The top Indian individual for designs, the award goes to Dr. Anusha P. The award for Top Indian Academic Institution, Patents, goes to Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. The top research and development institution organization for patents filing, grant and commercialization goes to Anna University. The top Indian company organization for designs goes to Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay. The National Intellectual Property Award for the Best Incubator for Nurturing the Intellectual Property goes to Atal Innovation Center, Nalanda Institute of Technology Foundation. Kindly join me in welcoming the awardees with a warm round of applause. The award for Top Indian MSME. The award for the Top Indian MSME for Patent Filing, Grant and Commercialization goes to West Bengal Chemicals Industries Limited. The award for Top Startup for Filing, IP Filing, Grant, Registration and Commercialization goes to Numerous Motors Private Limited. Let's have a warm round of applause for all the awardees. The award for Top Indian Company Organization for creating brand in India and abroad goes to Biocon Biologics Limited. The top public-private company for patent filing, grant and commercialization in India in the manufacturing sector goes to Tata Steel Limited. The award for top public-private company for patent filing, grant and commercialization in India in the service sector goes to Geo Platforms Limited. Moving on with our second category of special citation in the National Intellectual Property Awards. The award for Technology and Innovation Support Center goes to West Bengal State Council for Science and Technology, West Bengal. It's twice the celebration for them because the award for Patent Information Center, PIC, again goes to West Bengal State Council of Science and Technology, West Bengal. The award for Institutions Innovation Council in the Special Citation category goes to the Pimpri-Chinchwad College of Engineering, Pune. Kindly join me in welcoming the awardees with a warm round of applause. Next, we move with the Jury Certificate Awards for IP recognition for a rural-centric invention. The award goes to Sagar Defense Engineering Private Limited. The Jury Certificate Award as the IP recognition for rural-centric invention also goes to Coromandel International Limited. Next, we have letter of appreciations. The appreciation for the special citations of Atal Tinkering Laboratories goes to Amity International School, Sector 6, Vasundhara, Ghaziabad. The award for top public-private company for patent filing, grant and commercialization in India goes to NTPC Energy Technology, Research Alliance, Netra. It is my honor to introduce to the jury that we all had who graced us today with the presence and have played a key role in identifying the potential rural-centric inventions. I request Professor Nishit Desai, sir, ex-head Department of Chemistry, MK Bhavnagar University, Gujarat, to kindly come on the dais and accept this token of love and appreciation. I also request Srimati Sandhya Vasudevan ma'am, Shri Brijesh Rathi sir, Ms. Ranjana Singh, and Shri Jatin Trivedi sir to kindly come on the dais. The final category of awards for the day are the WIPO National Awards. The award for WIPO IP Enterprises Trophy goes to Geo Platforms Limited. The WIPO IP Enterprises Award goes to Geo Platforms Limited. The WIPO IP Enterprises Trophy also goes to Tata Steel Limited. WIPO IP Enterprises Trophy, Tata Steel Limited. The WIPO Medal for Inventors goes to Siddharamappa Shiv Shankar Dharani. The WIPO Users Trophy goes to Biocon Biologics Limited. Kindly join me in welcoming them with a warm round of applause. The WIPO Users Trophy goes to Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur. Thank you to all the dignitaries on the dais. And congratulations to all the nominees and winners for 2024's National Intellectual Property Awards. Moving ahead, I request the Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks, Registrar of Copyrights and Geographical Indications, Professor Dr. Unnat Pandit Sir, to kindly share the vote of thanks.
I thank Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister Sri Piyush Goyal ji for such an enlightening and visionary address to the gathering and honoring all the awardees with the National IP Awards. I also thank Honorable Mrs. Justice Pratibha M. Singh ji for such a visionary address and also honoring this occasion by awarding the National IP awardees. I also thank Shri Amardeep Singh Bhatia sir for such a visionary thought on the IP which he has shared. I also thank Himani Pandey ma'am, Additional Secretary IPR, DPIIT. I also thank the ITPO NBCC who have helped the IP team in organizing this award. The awardees who have come here for getting the awards, special guests from the different parts of the country, invitees, the attorneys, patent agents, trademark agents, and the most important, the IP officers who have really worked hard in making this event successful. The organizing team who are tirelessly working towards making this event successful. This is really a big success for the IP office, and in such a short span, we could able to make this event as one of the successful one. Thank you very much to all and one who have really helped the IP office in making this event a memorable one. Thank you very much.
I request everyone to kindly rise for the national anthem.
जय गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जय गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय गण मन अधि
Thank you, ma'am. An apology for all the errors and inconveniences. Thank you. And I also thank everybody and announce for dinner. With this, we have reached at the end of the National Intellectual Property Awards. Wishing you all a great evening ahead. Thank you. We may all proceed for dinner outside. Thank you so much.